I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Eric Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk to folks from the VTuber community about their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. We're joined by Lava Savage. Hi.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, and yourself?
We're doing fine. We're doing great now that we've got you here with us. Could you introduce yourself to everybody?
Hello, I am a Demon Mom VTuber, usually known as Wholesome, even though people call me a mommy. I draw, I play games, I become cringe.
Well, that's okay because people have definitely come around to watch. You got a nice following, and I was able to watch a few times, and you certainly are a variety of VTuber. You do a lot of different things online.
I do. I love doing different things. I just have a lot of hobbies, to be honest.
Well, there are a lot of interesting hobbies, not only gaming but the art as well. Have you always been an artist?
I've been an artist ever since I've known myself, pretty much. Ever since I, grabbed a pen and paper, I want to say.
Yep. And from that, were you able to adapt to using the computer for art easily, or was there a time where you had to really buckle down and learn how to do it?
Well, I'm pretty much a self-taught artist, so when I first got into digital art, it was pretty rough, but it took me like a few years to get into it. But now I'm very happy with how it is.
Yeah. Are you taking commissions right now?
I am actually taking commissions. I am on VGen.
Okay. Well, we'll have that link
Scheme.
for everybody for folks to check it out. What type of commissions do you do?
I usually do fan art or VTuber art. I can do animals and antro as well.
Yeah. And for a self-taught person, that's pretty amazing. I can't do anything with art whatsoever, so I'm always jealous of anybody who can. Was that something
No.
that just very early on you wanted to do and just kept at it?
Yeah, my mom would always give me like paper and pencils and paint to draw with, and I just kept going. I just really enjoy doing it.
Mm. Well, it shows, folks. Check out. She got the art up online and the streams. We'll talk about that in a little bit. When did you get into VTubing?
I got into VTubing about 2 years ago, I want to say.
Hmm.
My friend group at the time was like very interested in them, and they kind of showed me how other VTubers were doing, and I was like, "That's pretty cool."
Okay. Yeah, and you got into it very quickly. Did Were you able to settle into a model? Was it a model that you drew? How did you get one?
Okay, so I actually was considering debuting as a male model, but I decided I already have my own character, my self-insert
Hmm.
original character, so I was like, I'll just add his stuff onto the female, and I went from there. Basically, I just turned my character into a demon.
Yeah. I just artists can do that. They can just, artists
Oh
are
yeah, well, I'm lucky with that.
you're creative enough to do something like that. If I had tried something like that, it would have been just absolutely disastrous. But it's always fascinating for me to see somebody who actually has the ability and the want to do it. Because since you're self-taught, I imagine not everything came easy to you as far as art went.
I went through a lot of different like ways of drawing. I changed my style a lot. Even like a year ago, I want to say was very different how I used to draw, but my current one is I'm pretty sure how it's going to be from now on.
Well, I don't put anything past you guys because it obviously you're adaptable and you're still learning as you go, and that's a good way to be. You never know when something comes across when you decide that, hey, I want to give that a try. But to be able to be an artist and show what you do to somebody else, that's a different story. Have you always wanted to be someone who did art for other people or for yourself?
I started with just drawing what was in my mind. I just liked making characters, and well, to be honest, I started as drawing dragons all the time,
Hmm.
and then I just went into make character making and outfit designing.
Hmm. And were you able to pick up an audience? Right? Were you always someone who was able to go around and show what you did, or did you keep it to yourself early on?
Early on, I would always draw to myself. I didn't really have any friends in real life, so I would just draw in a corner at school. on my own.
Hmm. And but
And I
just
didn't really get a following from drawing either. Like when I became a VTuber, I started by drawing uh sorry, I started just gaming and then I started putting art on because I wasn't sure if people would like it or not.
well, but you took the jump. I mean, that takes some courage for me. I think it does to do that because again, you're putting yourself out there to maybe get your nose bit off while you're doing it, but you still have the courage to show people what you're able to do. Does being a VTuber and having the model as kind of a shield help you in doing that?
No, actually. I always wanted to like be a streamer and game and like art in
Mhm.
front of people. I just never had that fear because I'm very happy with who I am as a person. And
Cool.
I don't really care if people judge me or like have negative thoughts about it. I'm just gonna keep being me.
Well, that's excellent. That's an excellent outlook to have, and I congratulate you for it because a lot of folks aren't, and a lot of folks are able to use the model as a bit of a shield against it. A lot of people are a little afraid to do that, and obviously you aren't. Are you one of those folks who went up and grabbed the microphone on stage when you were a kid?
No, no, no. I am extremely introverted even now. It's just that it took me a very long time to get to where I am. Even like last year when I first started streaming, I was really worried all the time. I didn't know what to say or what to do. It's just like something I learned by doing more streams every day.
And that's really something. So it has helped you kind of shape yourself as the person, how your outlook is as far as that goes.
It pretty much my stream persona is basically me, but just more outgoing, I want to say.
Well, it's giving you that chance. Now you get to be outgoing with people all over the world.
Indeed.
Well,
And I love talking to everyone and learning new things myself.
yeah, it does give me a pause every once in a while to realize that when I was in radio in the '80s, we couldn't have done something like this. Where me talking to you right now would have cost $1 million, and
Oh yeah.
it would sound like we were talking into tin cans. It would have been terrible. And to hear, at least to your side, sounds like you're next door.
We have the technology, finally.
Yes. Skynet is real, folks. It's coming after us. The As far as streaming the games are concerned, what type of games do you like to stream?
I don't really have a specific genre of games. I like many different things, but as of late, it's been a lot of Persona with the new game. I just got into the fandom, but uh, outside of Persona, I like games like Terraria, Minecraft, Apex, League of Legends, a lot of rhythm games, if I
Mhm.
can find any.
Terraria, that I've seen a lot of people play that. It looks really interesting to me, but it also looks very confusing at times. What draws you to Terraria?
I just like there's so much content in that game for me. Even if you finish vanilla gameplay, which is 1,000 of items and a lot of bosses to kill and a lot of mining, just a lot of hours you can sink into it.
Hmm.
You can build, you can just grind in the game. There are mods that add like tons and tons of more hours onto it. It's just a lovely community as well.
Yeah, and it's something. It looks like something that you can. While it's not a necessarily a totally relaxing game to play, from what I can
No.
see, it's one that you can take yourself away from something for a good long time. I imagine if you sit down to that, you're not going to get up anytime soon.
No, usually, well, every time I open Terraria, I end up sinking like 10 hours into it because I don't even look at the time and I don't even realize how much time passes.
Sounds like me in Stardew Valley, which just got that update.
Oh, Stardew.
It just got that update, and I've got 40.
It did yesterday.
Yeah, I've got 40 save files, and it's just I'm just
Stardew.
about ready to start it again and really irritate my wife.
That'll be a fun time.
Oh well, it happens a lot. She's used to it
I
by
have
now.
also streamed that game myself, so I know how it is.
No, I'm just looking. I've seen some other folks stream with the update already in it, and a new farm and everything, and I'm just like, okay, I've completed it a million times, but now it's time for 1,000,001.
Mm.
Then
Back to the rice
back
fields.
back to the fields. Um, the other games that you mentioned, I see that you do some collaboration. Is that something you want to do more of, or is that something that you would rather do than going online by yourself?
I actually don't have a preference. I got into streaming because I love games and games are fun with and without people. I just love like interacting with other people because that's what makes it fun.
Hmm.
So especially if it's a multiplayer game, I would love to collab with people.
And have you found kind of a group of people that's easy to collaborate with, or have you gone the random
I
route?
do actually.
Hmm?
Uh, I actually got into VTubing because of my VTuber sister, not my actual sister, but like they have the same model parent as I do.
Hmm.
It was her idea to become VTubers, and I just went along with it. So I collab with her sometimes. I actually made a new like best friend from VTubing, and I collab with him a lot,
Well,
pretty much once every week almost.
that's cool. That's great to be able to do that and get that attachment to people and in something that normally, if you were just having a regular 9 to 5 job and not worrying about being online, you wouldn't have even met this person.
No, I have not.
So it's really nice to hear. And have there been times when you've tried to collaborate with people you didn't really know?
When I first got into VTubing, I actually tried to host a collab, and I learned really fast that I cannot vibe with everyone that I would just randomly meet. So I just stopped doing random collabs and just like started making friends instead. And then I would talk to them and see if it'll work out. And then we would be like, it'll be fun to play together. And then we would go on from there. And like we would ask each other if we would want to collab on stream or not.
That's a very sensible way to do it. It really is, and I understand people being really wanting to make those connections, whether they're trying to network or whether they're trying to actually find uh, steady people to collaborate with. But really, it's when I'm looking at folks doing it, it's a real, really complicated situation. You can have somebody that you just don't match up with, and the whole thing turns into a mess.
Yeah, I actually had this question asked to me last week where they were like, what if someone with big numbers, like a big following, asked to collab with me? And I just said, like, I wouldn't do it because I just like having fun with games. If it's not fun, I don't want to do it. It doesn't matter how much following I would receive from it.
Yeah, the rub isn't worth the mess
No, it's
in
not.
in that time.
I
And
personally don't think so.
and you've got a pretty good following. I mean, I think you've got a nice following, and they certainly are loyal to you.
That's a very kind way of saying it. I just love interacting with chat, so when they stay, it makes me happy.
Yeah, and that's good. That's a good thing that you're able to have that. And are you able to interact them better when you're on the art stream or whether you're on the game stream?
It actually doesn't matter to me. I will always have like my phone open so I can read chat at all times, even if my like I only use one screen. So it might be hard sometimes when I'm gaming. I get distracted. But I always like backtrack and try to talk to everyone when I can.
That's cool. That's cool. And you're able to. It's a good balance for you then.
It is a good balance, but I guess in the end, the art streams are more easier because I can always keep chat on the side.
When you're doing the art streams, do you take requests?
Sometimes I do. I usually do a lot of giveaways, or I just like draw things from chat or for chat, whether it's commissions or my own art.
And is that something you accept as a challenge? Because I know a lot of folks are wanting to know well before they get started on art. But when somebody brings it up, says, "Okay, try this," are you ready for the
Uh,
challenge? Usually,
I am very much up for it. I like seeing other people's designs or their ideas, and I like drawing them. It's never a challenge for me, but more like a fun thing to do.
so if somebody comes up to you and asks them to draw, say, a model for them, are you up for that?
I am actually doing that right now because I promised 100 people that I would draw them for free. So that is pretty much what I'm doing this month.
Well, I mean, you've had a bit of a rough ride recently, just getting on certain aspects of the net. I applaud you for staying the course and getting back on. That wasn't an easy thing, was it?
No, my country banned the platform I was streaming on, which is Twitch, and I really thought I had to like quit all my streaming activities and just move on to somewhere else. And it made me really sad, but in the end, I'm just really glad that it worked out.
Did you and did pretty much your audience stick with you through that?
Yeah, all of my audience was extremely supportive, my lovelies.
Yeah.
They all said like if I were to move platforms or change my way of doing it, they would just follow me, and I was very happy to hear that because I was about to give up if it weren't for them.
That's really something to have that kind of not just the rug taken out from under you, but the floor taken out of you as well. I was following you on Twitter at the time, and I saw that how upset you were, and and there was a time when it looked like it was really done.
It really was that way because it came to such a point where I wasn't sure if my safety was even an option anymore. Because when they banned it, they were saying stuff like prison time and whatnot, and I was like, oh no, like it's gonna show up on my like bank account that I'm getting paid by this site. Like this might actually be a genuine issue.
And it when you get politics involved in this sort of thing on a on a system in a that is around the world, it's never a good thing for the people who are on it. It really is tough,
No,
and you were absolutely caught in the crossfire there. I congratulate you for getting through it.
I am very happy that it's over, and hopefully it won't happen again. But who knows, really? If it happens again, I just know that I have the support, so I will try my best to stay strong as I have.
Yeah, very strong, as a matter of fact, and that has to be a really good feeling, though, to know that the folks who are following you are going to stay behind you and not just flit off at the first opportunity.
No, it is a really great feeling. Like even if I see numbers, which like on Twitch or on Twitter that I use, I see the numbers, but I'm never certain if these are like people that'll stay. But just getting the confirmation from them personally and talking to them, it's a great feeling.
Yeah, it is something, and again, that kind of reflects on your connection with them and what you've been able to do. Because a lot of some VTubers, it's really tough for them to talk to the followers when they're online doing games and such, and don't really have quite that connection. But really, obviously, you do have that connection.
I do, and I feel like I have to have this connection whether or not I like it because those people are the people that like keep me as a streamer, and I value them much more than I value myself sometimes.
Mm, you gotta watch that. Yeah, you don't want to get too much into that and harm yourself in the process.
Oh no, no. I know where to stop, where the limits are.
Yeah, I'm an old man and you have to listen to what I say. Sorry
Oh
about that.
no, I am old too. That's okay. I
Yeah,
know how it is.
yeah. The YouTube uh, section. What do you use YouTube for?
At the moment, I made that account when the ban happened because I wasn't sure if I should move there or not. It's a very different platform, and I don't think it was fitting my style of like streaming.
Hmm.
In the end, I just ended up using it for putting my clips off of my streams, and I guess I will use it in the future for either doing speed drawings or for music covers.
Music covers. So are you going to be doing those soon?
I do plan to do a few covers. Yes, I have not decided on what songs to do, but that is in the works.
So what type of genre are you gonna do music in? Is it gonna be pop, rock? What type of thing?
I'm very in between pop and rock. I have
Mm,
not decided yet.
mm,
I love a lot of genres, so I'm not really tied to one or two of them.
yeah. And is it gonna what type of which language are you gonna be doing them in? Is it gonna be your native language? Is it gonna be English or how?
No, my native language is English. It
Oh,
is gonna be in either English or Japanese since I like those kinds of songs the most.
so you do you know Japanese?
I do not.
Oh,
I just really like their music.
I'm right with you there. I don't know. I know very little Japanese, but the kind of fusion that they have now, where the lyrics hop back and forth, I think
Hmm.
it's very interesting and certainly keeps the song going. Gives them an extra
Sometimes they
option.
do.
Gives them an extra option on their lyrics, but for a singer, I can imagine it's a little tough going from one to the other.
Oh, when I read Japanese, I have something called a Romaji open, so it's just a reading in English, so I
Mm,
don't have to have that issue.
yeah, but singing it's going to be a different story.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I usually memorize songs by ear and not by reading, so it's a little bit easier for me, I guess.
Now listen to this. You self-taught artist, now self-taught uh, singer.
Singer as well.
I mean, that's pretty amazing. That's a pretty good accomplishment, and what you've been doing with VTubing as well. That's really something.
Thank you. I am very dedicated.
Well, that is very obvious because you didn't give up when you could have just folded it in when the everything uh, got taken away from you. You could have just folded up and said, "Okay, I can't do this anymore." But you stayed with it, looked for options, and everybody stayed with you. That's to me shows that you've got a lot of backbone to you.
A lot has been taken away from me during my lifetime, so I just refuse to let go of things I like anymore. I just want to have the things I like, and I wish to continue doing them, no matter how hard it is.
Well, I tell you, I wouldn't put anything past you at this point. You've already knocked down a lot of barriers just to get where you are right now, and I can't wait to hear.
Indeed.
I can't wait to hear the vocals coming up for those the songs. Once you get those going, can we have you back on and do some updates as to what you're doing?
Sure, I
I
would love to.
I would that would be great. I'm glad that you're on. Thank you very much. We'll have the links of how we can get to Lava's stuff coming up. Is there anything big coming up in the moment that folks should be keeping an eye out for?
I recently did a birthday subathon where I debuted with my new model, and during the subathon, one of my goal was to make a game with my character and a few other original characters that I made. So I guess that is in the works now in the future. So keep an eye out for that.
Oh my gosh! Now she's going to do that, but teach her yourself to do that too. I, you're
Oh
gonna
yeah, I have no idea, but
you're
I'm gonna make it happen.
you're gonna take over the world. You are. Just
Maybe a little step at a time.
Yeah, well, if you do, just make sure that the old radio announcers are taken care of, okay?
Oh, thank you.
I'll be all for you. Lava Savage, thank you for coming on, and we'll get you on again soon when you've got some of those goals realized, okay?
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me. It's been a great time.
Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.